Hello and welcome to Bread of Life, a daily devotional program which each week features a different area pastor. Our speaker for this week is Pastor Havumaki of Wallingford.
Welcome, friends. It's good to have you join me on Bread of Life devotions today. If you've been listening for the last couple of days, you know that my wife and I are certified ministry partners with the Christian Grandparenting Network and presenters of a seminar titled Courageous Grandparenting. We minister along with Reverend Jerry Vincent, president of Family Builders Ministry in Durham, New Hampshire, who is also a certified ministry partner and board member of Christian Grandparenting Network. This next Sunday is Grandparents' Day, and September is designated as Grandparents' Month by the Legacy Coalition, with whom our ministry was a founding member. There's a new movement in the church world calling Christian grandparents to a purposeful, meaningful, biblical, and intentional family discipling ministry that can leave a legacy, a heritage, with consequential eternal results. So this week, we are focusing on the family, especially grandparents as the second greatest influences in the life of the family. On Monday, we stated that God's design is to include grandparents as an important extension of the family, and studies today show that grandparents have the second greatest influence spiritually next to the parents. It's clear that our overarching role, like that of the parents, is to build a legacy that matters, one worthy of outliving us. A legacy that matters is a legacy of Christ and His gospel. Our legacy is what we give to the next generation. Our heritage is what the succeeding generations receive and pass on. Yesterday, we were reminded that we can't give what we do not have. So we have to be growing in God's grace each day so that our family and grandkids can see the very presence of Christ in our actions, our attitudes, and our words. Deuteronomy 4:9 tells us how to build a spiritual legacy. Only take heed and guard your life diligently, lest you forget the things which your eyes have seen, and lest they depart from your mind and heart all the days of your life. Teach them to your children and your children's children. The many verses with a similar theme seem to speak of affecting at least 4 generations. So our influence as grandparents has a long-range focus. Proverbs 13:22 says that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. It's not necessarily about money, but how about a good name, an inheritance of a godly character? Now, if we're going to have an influence upon our grandkids, it's important that we try to understand the culture that we're living in so that we can relate to them and bring a gospel-shaped response to what they're dealing with in their lives. Among David's mighty men were those from the tribe of Issachar who possessed a valuable gift. The Bible describes them in 1 Chronicles 12:32 as the sons of Issachar, who were men who understood the times and knew what Israel should do. Is it possible that God wants us as grandparents to be today's modern Issachars, to be an embodiment of the Issachar factor in this generation? What are some of the things that we need to understand? Go to the legacycoalition.com or christiangrandparenting.com to find resources. Register for the 2023 Grandparenting Summit simulcast in Cheshire on October 20 and 21, and register by September 18th to get the early bird special price of $49. Only $49 to gain an understanding of your biblical role to be called intentional Christian grandparents. Tune in tomorrow as we try to understand the times and think about what we should do about it.
You've been listening to Pastor Havumaki of Wallingford, and this has been Bread of Life, a program to encourage you from God's Word.